Hey guys, momentaijankguy today, bringing you not a tech profile or anything like that. I'm actually going to show you, I'm going to try my best to show you guys how to hand shuffle and how to fan out cards. So it is a very common thing in the carding community where a lot of people like to flick their cards. I do it, one, when I get salty. Two, it's a good way to stay focused. It keeps you, it's a good way for me. It's a good way for tuning people out when you're in a very serious game and you have people watching. It's really good for like zoning them out and just like you're just focusing on your opponent. So let's get started. I'm gonna try my best. So I started a little backstory really quick. I started learning how to flick cards and hand shuffle back in my Yu-Gi-Oh days. Nobody really taught me. I just sort of like eyeballed it down, and I basically just learned from there. So anywho. So let's get started. So the first thing let's do the shuffling first. So sometimes I get a lot of questions like, oh, how do you shuffle so smoothly? So it's really weird to explain it. One thing, do it if you have smaller hands, it is a bit harder to do it more like smoothly or consistently. But if you have big hands, like I have pretty big hands, it's much easier because you're able to get a better grip of the cards. So basically, what we want to do, we want to grab like a little stack like this, and was this one. So from right here on the edges, so not the corners exactly, because I shuffle aggressively, but that's how you bend corners. You want to sort of just claw it in like that, and so you see how it's in like this. You basically want to let go of your left hand. You want to let go of the pressure. So you're holding him like this, putting it in like this, and letting go of the left hand at the same time. Putting it in and then letting go. That's one of the ways you can shuffle. Another one that is very common is if you've seen Yu-Gi-Oh, how Yu-Gi shuffles, is you just grab a little stack like this, put it on top of your deck, grab a little stack again, and at the same time you're going to be making the stack smaller and smaller, just like this. And that's a very simple way to shuffle. Another way you can shuffle too, aside from pile shuffling, which I think everybody knows how to do, is you can sort of like bridge your deck. So you can grab a little stack like this, grabbing the corner like this, and grabbing the other corner like this. It's the same way. So with your fingers, right, these two, you're gonna flick down and just put them together. That way, when they sort of like when they fall in together, it's very easy to shuffle to push them back in. So we're gonna do it again. So just doing this. And it isn't always the smoothest, but it goes in very smoothly. It's much easier in Pokemon. Pokemon has very, very thin cards, so that is very easy. And it's a little harder for One Piece because their cards are a little thicker. But yeah, so it's very simple. Sometimes you can even do it the other way. It just depends on like which way you want to make sure it feels good. All right, so let's get into the hand shuffling part. So let's do this. Let's do 5. So, oh no, I am playing Yu-Gi right now. I'm trying out the game. It's pretty fun. It's pretty simple. Let me know in the comment description if you guys want to see content for that. I'll try my best because the game is a little expensive right now. I've never seen Bleach, but I made this deck because they said it was bad. And just like my channel name says, Jank. This deck's pretty jank, but that's why it's really fun. So, onto the hand shuffling. So this is like the basic shuffle right here. So, if you notice, my left hand isn't really doing anything. It's just catching the cards. It's mainly the right hand. So we're gonna do it really slow. So you're gonna hold one card basically. So that's usually how it starts. You're holding one card. The rest of them are holding this. So you're gonna grab it like this. Essentially, that's an easy way to set yourself up. Is you're going to do this. Slide the cards out. Hold one card. And you're gonna basically just keep doing this. So with this hand, you're basically feeding a card to your left hand, and the only thing doing anything is your thumb. So you're gonna drop it in, hold it, raise your thumb, pick it up, raise your thumb, pick it up. Here, let me see if I can angle it like this so you can see. So you see how my thumb is just catching the cards? That's essentially all it is. You can go very slow. You don't have to go fast. Because then eventually, when you get to the part, like let's say this is your hand, sometimes it is a little harder with a bunch of cards in your hand, but eventually you'll be able to do this really smooth. And like it's not that it's a little it takes a little longer, but eventually you can go fast like this. And sometimes like when you're playing your opponent, you'll be able to hear how many times they're flicking. It's like And like if you say the numbers in your head, you can hear the number as weird as it sounds. Like that's 5 cards. That's 5 cards. So let's say I go like this. That's 9 cards. 9 or 10. I think it's 9. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So it's a good way to know like how many cards are in your opponent's hand. But that is how you hand shuffle. Again, let me go through it really quick. So let's do it with a few more cards. What is this? 6 cards. So again, you're going to just feed one over here, and just one by one, you're slowly you're putting a little bit of pressure on your 2 fingers right here. This is how I shuffle, and you're just grabbing it with your left thumb. That's it. That's basically it. I don't know. Maybe if I can backward shuffle. No, I can't. So that's why sometimes it looks like that for the opponent. There are different ways you can do. So this is like the casual with your hands on the ground, like on the table, like this. There's the serious one where you're like doing this. You're basically putting in the cards because you're thinking, you're trying to figure out what to do. You can also do this where you just grab the cards, you're thinking. There's a lot of different methods, whatever like you like the most. And like I said, it's really good for concentrating when you're playing your game. It helps you zone out players that aren't your opponent. And it's a really good, it's a good fidget I would say for playing card games. You can do this, just do that, sort of the same thing. Grab a card, shuffle it in there. But yeah, so it's I'm making it look very easy, but it's not complicated. You just have to be like, take your time with it. Like it took me probably like over 5 years, and I've been playing card games for almost 20, I would say. So probably around 20 now that I'm 30. So yeah, just shuffle like that. Like, even like when you go like this, it does look a bit sloppy, but at the same time you are shuffling really, really quick. And sometimes it is a bit loud. You can even go backwards like this, like put your hand on the ground. But sometimes that is a bit too loud for the opponent. And so yeah, that's how you do that. So again, grab it as 1. You can even do that. That's another way to hand shuffle. You can just you can take the cards yourself, and just take the cards with your thumb. Just don't put too much pressure, because if you put too much pressure, you're gonna like you might bend your cards. But yeah, like so you can hand feed with your right hand, or you can just take the cards from your left hand. Just do this, which is, I would say, it's probably easier if you want to go like this really quick. So yeah, you take with your left hand. You can just do that. It's a nice, simple, like little hand shuffle. One more thing, I think is the last thing, or else I'm gonna forget like after this video is over, is the fanning out. So the fanning out is basically this. It's much easier to do on a cloth playing mat than it is to do on a regular rubber playing mat. Sometimes it depends on the sleeves. If your sleeves are pretty bad, then you won't be able to do it as consistently. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to do. It's really nice when you're playing a game and you look through your trash. You're like, okay, let me see what's in my trash. And the funny thing too is that I'm right-handed, but I can do it much better with my left than I can with my right. And so it's a very fun way to do that. And eventually though, you can just like this might look better now. Not too bad. So you can probably do that, which is really cool. And yeah, it's really nice. And every now and then I get complimented. They're like, "How are you shuffling so smooth?" Like, I don't know. I learned from watching people do it. And so yeah, it's a lot of fun. Okay, let's go do this test really quick. So how you hand shuffle, how you can fan out cards like this, or at least try to. Okay, let's do it with like 5 cards. So 5 cards. So then eventually you can go back and forth, sort of practice like this. So how it's gonna work is, so you're going to hold the cards in this position. So basically like this. 3 fingers on there, 1 thumb right here, and for this, you're essentially these fingers are basically just there to guide the cards. Your finger is doing all the work. So you are letting pressure go on. This sounds very complicated now. You're letting pressure go on these fingers and your thumb, but you're pushing down on your finger, because like if I do this, it's not going to do anything. But I put my finger down, it does this. So no finger, Like even if I try to do like this, like without my finger, I'm gonna tuck it in. Instead, I look like that, but it's not gonna look smooth because I don't have any pressure to let go of the cards consistently. So essentially, you're going to go. You're gonna let go of the, not too much pressure, because if you let go of your pressure, it's gonna look like that, like something like that. Nothing too pretty. So with your finger, you're just gently gonna press down. You're gonna gently press down and let go of your fingers right here and your thumb. And then eventually, when you get the hang of it more, you'll be able to shuffle out a lot more cards, which is nice. So you can go wee like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Quick note: Union Arena is pretty fun. Really fun game. Try it out if you want to try a Dumena game. It's very nice. But yeah, I thought I would just make you guys a video, because every now and then I do get complimented on how I hand shuffle, and every not hand shuffle, but like just like regular shuffling. They're like, oh, how do you do that? Like again, it just takes practice. You're gonna grab a brick of cards. This one, you're gonna put it in the grooves. I just let go, and just let go of the cards like that. But yeah, and hand shuffling, it's really fun. This is like, and eventually, sometimes like when you're playing the game, you can be like, okay, you can get a feel like this is like 6 cards or something, 5 cards. But it's nice when every now and then, like, you're like, okay, let me see, 5 cards, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. It just like it's like a feel that you get later on, like just playing for so long. And so yeah, it's a good way to hand shuffle. The easiest one is 2 cards. 2 cards is just you're essentially just doing this. So you're basically just doing this. This is how it looks on the opponent's end. I'm gonna try my best to do that. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the easiest way to hand shuffle. Just 2 cards. But you can usually just practice like this. Like just pretend there's a bunch of cards in your hand, and you're catching it with your right thumb. And so let's go to 4 cards. So sort of the same thing, but you can hear that it's a bit more smooth. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this deck profile. This deck profile. This little tutorial, I'm trying my best to try to explain it in how I've learned how to do it over the years. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and let me know if you guys want some more tips. I'll try my best. It's probably gonna be very hard to like describe that during like a comment. But yeah, again, okay, one more time. We'll go through everything really quick. So to try to do a shuffle like this, very smooth, very easy. You're gonna grab a brick of cards, and you're not gonna use the corners. You're going to use the lines of the card right here. You're gonna put it into this one. So you'll feel it. You'll feel it. So it's in right there, and you're just gonna let go. You're gonna let go of the bottom hand and just like sort of let go with your front. Your finger is also gonna be a guide. So just like that. Hand shuffling. You're just feeding it with your right hand, and your left thumb is catching the cards. So just like that. Now, to fan out cards, you're gonna hold the card. You can hold it. I usually hold it like this. So you can hold it like this. These 3 right here, the thumb on this side right here, and your finger is going to be used to push down to guide the cards. So you can have a nice little fan like that. And then for the last one, for the brick, for the riffle shuffle, which is frowned upon in the community unless you're playing Pokemon. So you're gonna grab a little bit, and you're gonna push down at the bottom with your fingers, and just go wee, just like that. And so I don't know if you notice right there, really quick. I think only the corners clipped with each other. So it's like that. It looks messy, but the fact that all the cards are in there, it's gonna smoothly go in. You're not gonna cut any sleeves, which is really nice. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little like fun little way how to fan out cards, shuffle your deck, hand flick, and yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.